Ladies and gentlemen, this year's Cinematic Imagery Award honoree, Jane Campion. Here's the anticlimax. I'm not Jane Campion. I'm nothing like Jane. I wish I was more like Jane. I'm actually quite a lot like Jane, despite appearances. She can't be with us here tonight, and she really can't due to safety restrictions to do with COVID, etc. So I'm going to accept this award on her behalf. Thank you very much.
This is really disappointing for me that I can't be with you, because it's an event that I really wanted to be present for. I love art and design so much, and as some of you may know or don't know, I started off as a art school student and then moved across to cinema because I'm in love with painting, I'm in love with design, and I get so much inspiration from looking at references and talking to my designer and thinking about the film and how art and design is going to create the world. So this is truly a wonderful, wonderful honor for me to receive the Cinematic Imagery Award, because I am so enamored with the magic of production design. I often find pre-production and planning to be really as important, if not more so, than the actual production, because these are the early moments of world building together, and when what I would say, the manifestation of the world and how it's going to be is really going to influence the whole of the success of the storytelling. That's why I like to build in a long prep time and work super close with designers. I mean, you really make the movie before you even begin shooting. With The Power of the Dog, it was so crucial to me to represent 1925 Montana, and in some ways I could accept beautiful New Zealand landscape because New Zealand has these parts of its countryside which is still like deeply empty, and you can really imagine being at an earlier time. But it did mean that Grant Major had to really perform this incredible feat of making a 3-story substantial ranch house, and the barn, and the world of beach, the town that Rose's restaurant, the Red Mill's in, and all the cattle yards. Everything had to be achieved, plus the grass created as yellow as we could make it with coconut spray. I mean, a production designer has to be an interpreter, and I've been so fortunate to have great interpreters. Grant Major, Andrew McAlpine, Janet Patterson, David Brisbin, Fiona Crombie, and Annie Beauchamp. It's one of the most important relationships any filmmaker can have. And I also want to say that ever since we first started showing the film in August, I've been really moved and gratified by the outpouring of love and support from colleagues, and particularly from other female filmmakers and those who are just getting their start. It's as well as established filmmakers. It's actually humbling and touching to see that I may have had some influence on them, and they tell me I have, and it's hard to believe, but I guess I have to believe them. And I'm really, really happy if that is the case. It's a privilege. Certainly, I'm influenced by so many amazing filmmakers myself, women and men, and artists and photographers and designers. With the recent changes in the format of the Oscars, I want to take this moment to express particularly how important production design is to creating a good film. I mean, I don't know what their reasons were. It's hard for any directors to understand their choice, but I guess they, were in a sticky position. I would definitely have included design in the main body of the awards, because the designer is one of the very first people I bring onto a team. And all the work that you do as designers is so vital, and it is really deeply valued by myself and your peers. So with that, I thank you very, very much for this award, and especially from a group who care about art and design as you all do. And, I have so much respect for you. I also want to thank you, Netflix, for your support in making sure there is still a place for films like this. And thank you, Grant Major, for your magic. I believe you're out there somewhere. And once again, I'm sorry I can't be there. Yes, I got COVID. No, I'm not really sick. I wouldn't even know I was ill unless, those little lights went on my test. So, yeah, I hope you're having a great evening.